Good evening, everyone. It is December 5th, 2023, and we've just finished with it was a pretty interesting session. Here are some 30-minute charts of the ES and NQ, ES on the left, NQ on the right. Here was that Sunday, Monday huge drop we had heading into the open. That was eventually bid up once again off that 55 area, and we ended up closing kind of around the middle. Same thing with the NQ, got that huge sell, bid up, closed around the middle. Then today, during last night's overnight session, again a sell, no trade over that Globex Open, just moving downward. Same with the ES, wherever that is, over there. Moving down, unable to take out the overnight lows during the RTH. Instead, we got a huge news bid. I can't remember what that was, ISM PMI or something. I didn't actually even look. And if we drop down to let's go to a 5-minute here. There's that news bid at 10 a.m. And after that, all attempts, we got up to that 85 number. That's been a key spot, 85 and 950 on the NQ. That's where I was looking for us getting some sort of selling. I didn't really think that was going to be the high of the day, but we got some heavy selling, and then every heavy sell was just met up with really strong bids off that kind of 65-ish spot, kind of the weekly open at 62s. On the NQ, it just kept going bid off value area low. Now, what I was looking at was that essentially the past couple days of the RTH have been trading right around here, this kind of 72 spot, and what resulted in a really tight value area. That's 76.5 to 68.25. That's what is that? 8 points, 8.25 points on the ES, and on the NQ, what is that? 70 points, maybe a bit less, 65 on the NQ for the value area. So to me, this just makes the probability of a breakout really high, and that's what's happening right now during this Globex session. You can see, much like the prior Globexes, past couple nights haven't been trading below the trading above the Globex Open. This is now not trading below the Globex Open. The Open coming in at 72.25 on the ES, and what is that? 15,892-ish, 93-ish on the NQ. And we've broken the previous day's high already, or today's RTH high, and doing the same on the ES. And I'll be looking for a continuation of that for tomorrow's RTH. So that's how I'm looking at this overall. Let's also note that bonds have managed to get a huge rip. I don't think this is... I don't want to share things that I'm not supposed to, but I mean, it shouldn't be too surprising by looking at this chart that people were really, really short. So this to me is looking like a short cover, and this would kind of be the area to get re-offered, kind of 119 to 122-ish. And in that situation, we'd be looking at the stock market falling down. So that's how I'm kind of looking at this. Let's also discuss the Dow. Had a nice was it a green session on the cash? It opened pretty much where it closed, and it closed below the prior day's close. The Russell had a really small range. It might have even been an inside day, so not a lot happening on those guys. But overall, I want to show one. It's kind of a cool chart here. Let's throw this up. Let's see if we can see it. There we go. Here's the NASDAQ, all right? This is a daily footprint chart. And what you can see here is, let's go after about November 19th, whatever this would be, the 17th, 18th? I don't know how this is working, but let's go to this day onwards. You can see that there's not really a lot of red delta in these sessions. I mean, yeah, you got quite a bit on that, November 30th session, I suppose that is. What was that, last week? Last Thursday? Yeah, that was a decent sell after we made the high of the week. I think that was on that Wednesday ramp. So, okay, you had a nice red day there on the delta, but for the most part, not really seeing any sort of egregious positioning on either side. And you can see the summary profile on the right-hand side. Yeah, you got some trapped shorts around that 850 area, but you know, nothing really significant. Whereas let's pull up these SPOOs. There we go. ES showing a really different picture. You can really clearly see a lot of selling has taken place here. Look at this, negative 24,000, negative 21,000 as well with these deltas, and in the vast majority of it, check this out. You can see that the majority of this, where they're getting stuck, is around that 54 spot, 54, 55, and that's no surprise, right? Intraday, we've been seeing them getting jammed there and ripping back upwards, and you can see that's now shifted on upwards to even 70, 71. So going forward into tomorrow, how I'm looking at this is, to me, what this shows me, this delta crap, is that the NASDAQ really looks like it was taking a pause more than it was getting some sort of extreme selling, all right? If we look at a higher time frame chart here, are you going to load? Just making sure I click on the right things here. There we go. You know, if we look at a higher time frame chart here, look how quickly we broke that high of the year from July. We've been above it since, you know, pretty much the end of November. Whereas the SPY, the S&P, you know, barely, it may have traded a tick above it or something. It was some mediocre amount that it traded above it. So, you know, to me, this footprint stuff, what it's showing me is that they're not so much as shorting the crap out of the NASDAQ as much as it is just taking a breather. Whereas the ES is the one that's getting absolutely jammed at that 45-55 spot, and now this kind of 70-71 spot. And that's where the shorts are getting jammed. That's where we're getting our bids from. I guess I should also show this chart over here. Yeah, okay, I guess this will be my chart going into tomorrow. I'm not really changing any of these zones. These are the same zones I had coming into today. Yeah. Kind of this 65 spot will be my pivot. I'm not interested in trying to short any of this crap. I think we're heading up tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be selling this stuff. Anyway. That's all I really got, I think. I think we're headed up. that's all I really got. I think we're just headed up. You know. I'd be careful getting short tomorrow. We've seen the sellers get jammed on these profile charts, intraday, all that sort of stuff, and that's how I'm seeing it. We got a tight value area, composite value area from the past couple days, and if we open above that value area high at 45.76 half, this thing's going to go for the daily high, 85s. It's gonna start trying to reach for the fences. It's going to try and go to the prior week's close or the prior week's standard deviation 3 of VWAP. You know, both of those around the whole number at 4,600, and maybe even take out that prior high of the week at 07 3/4. That's all I got. Hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. Trade safe.